This NBA season, straight up wild. The league's rising stars aren't just good, they're blowing up expectations and shaking up the entire landscape. Take a look at the Ringer's top 100. You see names climbing the ranks so fast, it's hard to keep up. Austin Reeves, for example, jumps from 57th in the preseason to 36 now. That's impressive, sure, but compared to some of these other guys, it's almost nothing. Let's break down who's really leveled up this year, because trust me, not all leaps are created equal. First off, let's get the obvious out of the way. Some of these so-called risers just came back from injury. Joel Embiid leaped 67 spots. Cool, but come on, it's Joel Embiid. Of course he bounced back. Same with guys like Emmanuel Quickley. He got healthy, Lauri Markkanen stopped tanking, and suddenly the numbers look better. That's not real development, that's just returning to form. But before we crown the true breakout stars, let's talk rookies. Cooper Flagg is one of just 2 rookies even cracking this list, jumping from 61 to 41, not bad. But how about Con Cannibal? He rockets up 61 spots. The 4th overall pick is suddenly the highest ranked rookie. Meanwhile, Cooper, another top 5 pick, sits at 41. And Dylan Harper, nowhere to be found. That's wild. BJ Cole at 95. So let's be real, Con Cannibal is running away with Rookie of the Year. Nobody saw that coming. He didn't just break the rookie 3-point record, he shattered it. Keegan Murray's mark was 206? This dude's on pace for 280, and he's not just a shooter either. He connects the offense, makes plays. He's the surprise nobody was ready for. But now, let's get into the true risers. The guys whose leaps aren't about injuries or rookie hype. This is pure, undeniable growth. These breakout players, it's all about talent and work. So here's how I break it down. 4 tiers of pure risers. Guys jumping into franchise player territory, top 10. Next, top 25. That's star status. Then you've got the top 50, major pieces every team needs. Finally, the top 75, the role players who go from afterthought to difference maker. And let's get this straight, being a role player isn't shade. Some of these guys went from total unknown to legit contributors. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up. 15 names you can't ignore. Let's highlight a couple of standouts. Brandon Miller, he jumps from 85 to 58 and does it while dealing with a left shoulder injury. But the real story, the Hornets are finally turning things around, and Miller's right at the heart of it. He's not just along for the ride, he's driving it. 6'9" with a buttery jumper. Remember when everyone thought Charlotte was crazy for taking Miller second over Scoot Henderson? Every night, Miller makes them eat their words. But the biggest jump in the top 75, Keanu George. He goes from unranked to knocking on the door of the top 50. You want to know why the Jazz called off that tank for Jaren Jackson Jr. trade? Guys like Keanu George, he's just too good to tank with. 3rd year in, and he's already dropping 30-point nights, dishing 6 assists per game. The kid is a pick and roll nightmare. At 6 feet 4 inches, he's not small, and he's gonna torch your defense every time. Let's level up and hit the next tier. Castle, he goes from unranked to top 50. That's an insane jump, even after grabbing Rookie of the Year. But the biggest pure riser in the league, Jalen Duren. He rockets from 83 to 26, 1 spot away from star status. Moves like that almost never happen, and he's only 22. He's not done yet. It's a monster 4th year leap. Duren's a legit 2-way big, locking down the paint. Cade Cunningham, the guy rebounds, does the dirty work, and doesn't care about flash. Yeah, his jumper's not Steph level, but that's Detroit basketball. Tough, no nonsense, and winning. He's a first-time All-Star for a reason. But let's hit the next category. Guys rising right into top 25, legit star territory. Now we're talking stars. If you've jumped into top 25 status this season, that's a massive deal. Jaylen Brown, look, he probably shouldn't even be in this tier. He's a borderline franchise guy at this point. Ranked 11th. My cutoff for Jamal Murray isn't perfect, but he's just been more consistent this year. Sometimes the line is blurry, but the leap is real. Jalen Johnson breaks out in Atlanta. Tyrese Maxey, massive leap. This kid just keeps leveling up. But the real story is Scottie Barnes, jumping from 42 to 17. That's star territory. What's wild is how his game has shifted. He's more of a defensive anchor now, a rare 1 through 5 wrecking ball. Meanwhile, Brandon Ingram's running the Raptors offense, but you can see the ceiling. It's limited. Scottie's the difference maker, but Scottie is thriving in his new role. Scottie may not have lived up to Toronto fans' highest aspirations as a rookie, but he appears to be a solid fundamental piece for whatever championship team the Knicks Raptors assemble. Denny RD at 53-19 is a two-tier jump roll player who progressed to stardom. How did this happen during his 6th season? Nobody in the NBA drives to the hoop better than Portland's RDA. It may be a Euro step shoulder bump or anything. At 6'9", the dude is unstoppable in getting to his location. One source of concern is the recent back issue he has been experiencing. However, at only 25 years old, the Blazers received a star from DC. Now we go on to our final category, franchise player jump. 3 guys, Kawhi Leonard, Cade, and Windy. Now you can see that it isn't flawless. Kawhi is already a franchise player, however, he has arbitrarily turned back the clock to his Raptor days in 2026. From 20 to 7 is insanely windy. I'm already a franchise guy, but 6 to 3 is huge. Okay, when you're this high on the list, even a single spot increase is significant. It's like going well down the list and seeing a 15% boost. When you are this high on the list, that equates to about 1 slot. However, finishing in the top 3 indicates that you have a strong case for being the best player in the world. Jokic, SGA, and Wimberly have all received an award for this. It's called MVP. Webby now has a chance of winning. Why? Well, he has 24 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks on an extremely efficient 51,682 shooting split. The advanced statistics. Amazing Spurs with a plus 15.7 net rating, wins on the court, and a negative net rating off, thanks in large part to his status as the world's top defensive player by far. The Spurs' second best record in the league. And don't forget, they've dominated the defending champion Thunder all season long, but the real pure riser here, Cade Cunningham. He jumps from 13th to 9th, now a top 10 player on the planet, and that's huge. No wonder Detroit's been sitting at the top of the standings all year, just like last season. What was his breakthrough year? But this year feels different. He appears to be a mature MVP finalist who consistently controls the game like the best in the league. You know, Luka SGA type guard is simply in command and dominant. That is a cage. But those players transformed our perception of them this year. This is a really fun list. I hope this video has as many views as the most popular followers. Traditionally, videos with the most followers receive more views since they are the most spectacular risers. Still, it was a lot of fun. I adore how the men exceeded our expectations. Canyon Apple and Jalen Duren will, in retrospect, be my biggest risers this season. Overall, let me know who you've enjoyed the best. Perhaps someone should have been on this list, but if you haven't seen the most followers, it's quite short, okay? You've got the injured folks, the old guys, and the pure followers. Sad, but good news. There are only 6.